Thank you for staying. Time now for me to share my blunt thoughts with you. It's a Friday morning, and I'm grateful that you've taken the time to join me. I've titled it Of Galamsey, Cocoa and Rhodes, the tragicomedy of misleadership in today's Ghana. Of Galamsey, and I've been talking about Galamsey for about a month and more. Cocoa and Rhodes, the tragicomedy of misleadership in today's Ghana. You know, recently, it's interesting, one of our operatives here, security-wise, he called me and said to me, you know what, there's something on my mind that I've noticed. It's not mine. I have to be fair and say that someone shared it with me. And he said to me, I detest the way Galamsey is ravaging our water bodies. He tells me he's from some part of the country, and when he's traveling, he sees the ravages of Galamsey. And he said to me, if your mining systems are poor or bad, your river or water bodies will expose you. That's what he said. If your mining systems are bad, your water bodies will expose you. I sat down and thought about it, what this security man had, shared with me, and it left me thinking so much. You see, Arusha Ghana has had a lot to say about their position on where we are, Galamsey-wise, our ecology, our natural, environment, and all of that. And in recent times, they have actually shared a few things. They have said, we want to put on record our conviction that the Ghana government is no longer fit to be co-chair of the FCLP and should be removed from this position with immediate effect. They are talking about the Forest and Climate Leaders Partnership. That's the FCLP. For them, the Ghanaian government is no longer fit to co-chair this on the back of the ravages of Galamsey. One thing I've noticed, when our president and others go out there, the UN and other places, they wax lyrical about what we supposedly are doing. On the ground, there's precious little to see. And I keep asking, the $3 million we used for those 200 drones, I'm still asking. The National Security Ministry has said, we are not in charge of those. Which ministry? Lands and Natural Resources? Where's the EPA in this? Where are the drones? We've started Operation Halt again. The point is, where are those drones? How do we account for them? We saw 3 out of 200 for $3 million till today. Where are the drones? Harmless question. Drones no. But then the reasons Arusha Ghana is citing for saying that our government is not fit to co-chair, to be vice chair or co-chair of the FCLP has to do with these points. Mining in forest reserves. Now, I always say that I do not know, even if it were a country without a Galamsey problem, it could be understood. But for a country with a problem like we have, to then go on and pass LI 2462 into law and say, go and mine in forest reserves, I still can't, I can't think far. So they are saying, you allowed mining in forest reserves. You passed LI 2462. You are granting mining licenses to government officials. Akonta Mining and the rest. And so on the back of that, you are not fit to do this. Before I get into cocoa production, all the things I'm talking about are linked. You hear of cocoa roads and all of that from time to time, right? So Galamsey, cocoa, and roads, all those 3 things I'm talking about today are linked. There's intermarriage. So follow me carefully. But then if you move away from that initial point, and now there's been talk that for the first time in some 14 years, our exports of cocoa are going to be below $2 billion. It's not happened in over a decade and a half. But if you look at the trajectory and you strike the averages, you would realize that in 2011-2012, we're producing almost 900,000 tons. Slipped a bit, then we produced about 740,000 plus in 2015-2016. Thankfully, we're able to increase this in 2016-2017 to 969,540 from 2016 to 2017. There was a bit of a decline, more declines. In 2020-2021, we did fantastic, 1 million plus. But since that time, look at the steep decline. From 1 million in 2021, we're producing less than 800,000, right? And now it has got to 429,323. That is where it is now. And you look at it, it is just about half what we were producing 12 years ago. Look at the decline, how steep it is. Other countries are getting higher. Côte d'Ivoire, for example, is increasing its output. We are declining. But there's more to this. If you strike the average, our average over these years stands at 800,000 metric tons. If you look at where we are now, like I said, you're basically halving the average. Average, by half is where we are now. And part of the problem is what I was talking about. Galamsey. It's killing us. You see, Galamsey is a hydra-headed problem because it is not only destroying, in fact, there are so many angles. One, a lot of these illegal miners, they are smuggling the gold out. It's not impacting our economy in terms of taxes and all of that. That is one. Two, it is destroying the environment. It is killing all of us health-wise. And three, it is affecting our most important cash crop, aka cocoa. So many dimensions. There's no reason we should be here, but we are. So how we go do them? We have to keep pushing. And that is why I've dedicated my time over these last few weeks, month plus, to always have something on Galamsey till something is done. But if you go to the next slide, you would see that in terms of the average yearly smuggling, what I just spoke to you about, when it comes to cocoa, not gold, when it comes to cocoa, you're looking at 120,000 metric tons. If you put that in 40-foot containers of cocoa beans, you'll get 4,348 of those 40-foot containers. Think about it. 40-foot containers, over 4,300 of them, 4,348 of them would be full. That is how much we lose. And in recent times when we hiked our prices up a bit, the Ivorians also did same. You know why? They are seeking their interest. They don't care. If you can match them, try. And so people are still smuggling. Recently we heard of that, truckload or truckloads of cocoa that were confiscated. That is what is happening because we have failed as a nation to deal with the problems. But if you go to the next slide, there's an interesting thing I want to end the conversation with. This administration, and especially the president, Nana Akufo-Addo, I remember from that Sona, when he started talking about the fact that they had done the best in roads and all of that. Is that really the case? The information I'm about to give is not from me. It is not from our data. It is from the Ministry of Roads and Highways. We didn't put this out. They put it out. Note that. Now, if you look at the share of roads in good condition, look at the different years. 8 yearly dynamics. 30% of our roads were in good condition in 2000, 40% in 2008, 56% in 2016. Currently, you are looking at 38%. It is only slightly higher than the 2000 figure. It does not match 2008, does not match 2016. But why is this happening? Let's take a look at some more data. If you look at the share of roads in poor condition, so we looked at good condition, right? In poor condition, you would then realize a certain trend. In 2000, we had 31% of that in poor condition. 2008, 27%. 2016, 6.7%. Less than 7%. Currently, 18%. Are you following this? Come with me further. Next slide. This is where it crystallizes. Because if you look at the figures, and it's a bit complicated, so just follow me. These are those in good condition. These are those in poor condition over time. You will see a trend. For those in good condition, right, which is marked by the blue line, you would see that in 2010, we're looking at 29%, 38% in 2011, 46%. It was increasing. 2012, 2013, 2014, you were looking at about 52%. It was maintained in 2015. By 2016, we were looking at 56%. 2015, 56.8. 2016, 56% of our roads in good condition. Look at from 2016. It fell to 54%, then 45% in 2018, 32% in 2019, 35% slight increase in 2021. Currently, look at the gap. Look at where it's fallen from. Currently, it stands at 38%, 2023. those in good condition. Then if you look at those in poor condition, right? 27% 2010, 38% 2011, and then because these ones should rather be increasing, but they are declining, right? And you see the trend from there. They should be declining, in fact, but they have been increasing. So this decline here was a good thing. This aspect of the curve you are seeing was a good thing. It was at 27%, rose to 38, and then it started falling, 21, 14, 9, 7, and then the best we had seen, 6.7% within that time frame. Right from 2016, it came to 11% in 2017, 15 in 2018, 19 in 2019, 19 in 2021. Now it stands at 18. So when the rhetoric of we have done the best when it comes to roads comes up, you ask yourself, do they see their own data? Do they? I don't know. Next slide. And then you can also look at the road crash death trend. Since, and it also reflects here, because in 2018, we were looking at 20.5% in terms of trend of deaths per accident. Fell in 2019, 19.2%, 2020, 20% plus, 2021, 18%, 2022, 15.10%, 14.8%, but now it has shot up again to 18.7%. I'm sure you see the trend. And it doesn't look good. So drawing these linkages, we don't have cause not to do the right thing. It must be done. Galamsey, illegal mining, it's affecting everything we do. And as far as the roads are concerned, I think a little more honesty is due Ghanaians. It's not to say no work is being done. Some work is being done. You must give government credit where credit is due. The Tema motorway has its challenges. And please, we need street lights on the Tema motorway. All of them are gone. We need those. But let's be honest with these. Because in the end, if you lie through your teeth, the data will expose you. And that is exactly what has happened here. Well, Ghana, this is how I'm concluding my blunt thoughts for you today. I leave you with food for thought. You do the reflection and decide where the cookie crumbles. My name is Benjamin Akako. These are my blunt thoughts shared with you, raw, hot, unedited, and diluted. God bless Ghana, like I always say, and make her great and strong.